Hi, welcome to another episode of Magic Emporium Reviews, and today we're gonna review Clone by Juan Carlos Rodarte. This is sold by Ellusionists, so Ellusionist.com for $147 if I'm correct, plus shipping. And let's just get to it. So this is what you get the box, and you open like that. Inside here you have a wallet, a leather wallet. Under it you have the instructions for the how to use it and all that. And under this you get the marker. Now this is really important for you not to lose this, because it's where a lot of it, this is how the gimmick works. So, and then you get these pads here, and they're gel pads. As you can see, I did already a signature. So, and it's like as far as I know, how this works is like a chemical kind of reaction. So let's pretend this is the card. So the person signs the card, and when he goes on top of this, so let's say you have a signature here, it goes like that. This will absorb the ink, as you can see. You take it out and then you put on another card and it will duplicate the signature. That's pretty much the gist of it. So what you're getting with this, so you get the wallet, there's some magnets here, okay? Each of these gel pads are also, this black thing is actually a magnet that keeps, as far as I know, is a magnet, or was supposed to be a magnet. That kind of keeps the gimmick. If you want to use the wallet, it keeps this in place. So if you want to put the bill on your wallet or something like that, you can do that. And that's pretty much it. Like, that's what you get. You get a couple of these gel pads. So there's 1, 2, I think you get 20 of them, if I'm correct. And then you get these sleeves here, and they're to go on top of the gel to kind of protect them. So if I open this, so you have two together, they come with this plastic thing to kind of separate them. So you just open like that, and you have that. So you can use this plastic rectangles to put on top to kind of like if you're traveling or something like that and you just want to use the one pad. Now you can buy refills for this. I think they're about $35, if I'm correct, which is a bit pricey, to be honest. But anyway, that's what you get. Then you also get this magnet. So let me just take that out. It actually comes glued, as you can see. You have two magnets here and another two magnets there, and this to go in the wallet as well. So you can put them, so the wallet already comes with these magnets, but you can put them pretty much here, and then the pad goes on top and you just attach it to it. Okay, so you're getting this and you're getting a bunch of videos. Now, my impressions of this are, first, you get this wallet, which is great, but nobody uses this type of wallet. Like, majority of people that I know anyway, you wouldn't have this type of wallet unless you're a woman or something like that, which have like a bigger kind of wallet. Like a guy, you wouldn't really use this, to be honest, unless you live in 1960 or 1940, you wouldn't use this. So I think this, for me anyway, is useless. You know what I mean? Like, nobody, they showed to kind of to do a print of a bill. Let's say you have, I'm just going to use the used one. So let's say you have this here. Obviously this will be blank, so kind of like this one here. And then you'd sign the bill. You'd sign the bill or whatever, and you put the bill there, and then you close it, and obviously the bill will be on top of this. Then you return the bill to the person, and then you put a different bill here, and you do the same thing. okay? And then you have a signature on a bill. So this is pretty much what this is for a bill. Like, you can put the card as well, but the instructions is kind of to do for a bill. So what you're paying for with this, you're paying for one impression or one trick. You're actually not paying for a trick. What you're paying for is for a reaction, because nobody thinks that you can duplicate their signature. And this is where I actually come with a big problem with it. You actually don't get, you have the video that comes with this, you have loads of videos, but all the videos is about handling, how you put this on or the wallet or a card, how to load it, how to take it out and out, how to keep these in storage. You can actually reuse them after, I think, 2 months or something like that. So you use them and then you can, I think, wait for like 2 or 3 months or maybe 4 months. I can't remember now 100%. And then the ink is gone and then you can reuse them. But apart from that, you'll have to buy pretty much for each performance. You'll have to get a new one of these. But again, like what you're buying is a reaction. It's something that it's like if you do a ton and restore routine, and then the card will still come out. You still have the same card with the signature. Like if you had a duplicate card and you signed one, you forced the card, for example, then you torn that card. You could give to the spectator, they could even burn it or whatever, and then at the end you still have that card signed. That's the really powerful impact. But the thing is, they actually don't teach you any trick with this when you buy this. There's no tricks whatsoever. So this is literally what you get. It's this. There's no routines with it. Which I think is quite bad. And a lot of people actually complain about it, that the fact that you're only buying this product, you're not getting anything else, no ideas or anything like that. Now, again, you can come up with them, which is I did, but I do for what you're paying. It would be nice at least to have 1 or 2 routines, and you don't have that. Now you do have a private Facebook group, same thing as with Bobby Moda Scorpio, but even there it's very I don't know, bland. I don't know if that's the right word. There's actually not that much interaction with it. Most of the people that speak on it when they speak is about issues that they have with the marker of releasing too much ink, and then the signature comes like very doesn't come very like really nice. It comes like a very kind of not blurry. It's like the ink just spreads. So there's not that much stuff going on the Facebook group. Now Juan is active member in there, so if you have a question or whatever, he's very fast at answering. So in that aspect is good. But again, although the impact is massive, it would be nice to have like a couple of like 1 or 2 or 3 routines, because on the demo of the product and on you actually also get the performances of the product. It does what is it? He does Find the Lady or 3-card Monty routine, where at the end then he I think he rips the card apart. No, actually he makes the card disappear, and then the card appears on a wallet that the spectator has his hand on, and then the card appears signed. And again, it's a really, really powerful impact. It is really impactful. But like I said, you have to come up with your own routine, and this brings me to another thing: the timing of this. So this is not you sign, you put the card on top. So let's say so this is not like, okay, let's pretend we just have kind of a bunch of ad cards. So let's say you have this loaded on top of a card. Somebody, let's say they picked this card, they sign it, and you kind of load it on top, and this is where one of the problems start. This takes a while to work, so you need to have it for 30 seconds. So let's say you have a signature there, and this is your gel pad. It needs to be on top of this for 30 seconds minimum, it needs to be positioned perfectly. So now again, Juan does teach you how to all the handlings and all type of stuff, but this needs to go perfectly on top, because if he moves slightly, what happens is the signature doesn't come really nicely, because as soon as you move, the ink kind of starts to the word is I'm missing the word for it, but the ink kind of spreads a bit, so then all of a sudden, you know, it doesn't look as clean, if it makes any sense. But in the same respect, it's not a big deal, because the spectator kind of go, oh, you know, the two cards were together and the ink just kind of, you know, just came out of it messy. So it's not really a big deal. But anyway, you have to have this for about 30 seconds onto the gel, and then I'd say you give it back to the spectator. Then you have to, one or two things you can do. One is get rid of this by palming it, you know what I mean, and just kind of get rid of it, whatever way. Or you have to do something and just load whatever card you want to replicate on top. And that has to be in contact then with the gel for, I think, a minimum of 3 minutes, which is a long time. So you pretty much gonna have to go, so you get somebody to sign, and then you put whatever card that you want to replicate the signature or whatever, or bill or whatever, on top. You leave it to the side, and you need to make sure that it's, you know, again, perfect contact on top. So you leave it to the side, and then you have to go and do something else, because it has to be like that for about 3 minutes. Otherwise, it won't really work. No, I haven't tested this as in terms of timing, but that's what's recommended. Minimum of 3 minutes. I think it's 3 minutes. Pretty sure it's 3 minutes. 3 to 5 minutes. And so let's say you have your pack of cards, you have the gel there. Let's say you have the one card signed, and just go on top, and just, let's say, you say you can kind of do a couple of things like that or whatever. You leave it down, and then you go and do a routine, or you can talk or whatever. So you have to come up with some sort of, so when you incorporate this, you need to come up with a solution of actually burning time, because you're gonna have to burn time. So you can talk about whatever you want. So in my case, I have a routine where after I give them the whole thing, I have a whole story. Again, I do most of my routines based on stories. So and then I just get rid of the card or whatever, and get rid of the gel. And this is one of the things you can do. So this comes with you see this black or brown, it's actually kind of brownish thing. Anyway, you can rip this out, and then you can glue this pad onto another card. So, and once it's glued, then that will be just as a card, and you can palm it whatever way you want, and get rid of it, and then you have your signature card. Now you'll be able to put comfortably about 3. You can duplicate about 3 times the same signature with the one gel pad. Now the last one, it's not as the third one is not as clear, but you can still replicate and still be okay, I think. I tried it with 3 cards. When I did this test, which was with this gel pad, and it did 3 cards was fine. Although the last one wasn't as clear. But again, you're gonna have to come up with some. If you want to buy this, you're gonna have to come out with a routine where you need to burn time. There's no instant reset on this. And again, and even if you wanted to perform this again, there's no instant reset. You'll have to go and get another gel pad. So if you wanted to do again the signature again, you have to get another gel pad, because you wouldn't be able to use this one. This one, once you have the first signature or whatever, it's gone. Like, you know, you'll have to wait. You can reuse it, but you have to wait about 2 months or 2 to 4 months, or 2 or 4 months. I can't remember now. I think it's 4 months. Or weeks. I think it's 4 weeks. Sorry, I said months, but I think it's 2 to 4 weeks. I think. Then you can reuse them again. And again, you get this and the plastic sheets, which they're here, that you can cover it, and then you can just store it or whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So this is what you get. Like I said, you don't get any routines, so you're gonna have to come up with yours, and you have to come up with you know, how you're gonna use it and all type of stuff, and if you actually really need it, because you know, it's for one specific thing. really. It's a duplication. That's it. Again, you can do it as a torn and restore routine where you can go, if you have the signature there, you can, you know, rip the card apart or whatever, and then give to the audience. They can even keep the bits, or you can just make them vanish whatever way, and then you can duplicate the card, and there you go, they have it again. Or you can say, you know, for example, you have one card with a signature, once again you make that card disappear whatever way, and you can have a different card even with the spectator signature, and you kind of go, you know, we got rid of your card, we ripped the card apart, for example, but I kept your signature, and the signature is in the other card. And they were like, what? You know, I only signed one card. So like I said, the impact is really, really big, but this is what you're paying for, and there's a lot of timing. So it's 30 seconds for you to put the card onto the gel pad, and then 3 minutes to transfer from the gel pad into a different card or different bill. 3 minutes to 5 minutes. So you need to, based on those timings, you need to make sure that you actually you know, need to burn time, and this is why you have to make sure that you actually need, if you actually need this. So if you're walking from table to table, if you're working magician walking from table to table, this is not going to work for you, because, you know what I mean, unless you do this at the very beginning, you sign this card, you put it on, and then you go on with a bunch of different tricks, and people probably completely forget about the signed card. But again, I don't think it will be great for a person like that, you know what I mean? I think it's easier if you're sitting down and doing a routine. So technically, I think this is easy enough to handle, because again, you're just talking about putting a card on top of the other one, then you'll have to palm or whatever get rid of the gimmick so people don't see it. I think that has a massive impact. The gimmick construction of this, you know, it is what it is. It's a gel pad. It comes with this, and a couple of magnets to put on the wallet. I do think the wallet is, at least in my view, is useless. Nobody uses a wallet this big. Usually it's about halfway, you know what I mean? I have my wallet, my normal wallet is halfway, you know what I mean? So it's nice that it comes with it, but I think, you know, it makes no big deal, you know what I mean? I understand this is to kind of to put a bill flat, and then, you know, having a gimmick, let's say here, because all you will see is white, right? So if you have the gimmick, so let me, can I open this? I don't even know if you can open this. Oh yeah, you can put it in there. So or actually you can put it like this or whatever. So you can cut it if you want to the square. But anyway, let's say if you have the gimmick here, people may not actually realize it as long as this is blank. And I say you put your bill here, you do that, you leave it to the side. Obviously let's say the bill is contacting the gel, you ramble on for your 30 seconds, then you kind of go, all right, you know, here's your, obviously you can't flash the gimmick, so here's your bill back. You can then take another bill, put it there, and it's like, oh, I only have, you know, 20 bucks or whatever. If you go like that, you leave it for 3 minutes or whatever, and then you can, whatever routine you have, you can kind of go, you know, here's the same. You can go again, and you know, after a while you can rip the other bill, or let's say if they had $1 and you had $20, you can kind of go, well, make one disappear and then reappear as a $20 bill, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what this is used for. But again, it's like, you know, it's $147 plus you know, refills. You get 20 of these, so 20 performances, and then after you wait, I think 4 weeks, you can reuse them. But again, you'll have this. So in my people might notice a purple ink. So this comes with, so another advice is I would get then a normal Sharpie that is purple. So you don't, if you do like a lot of signed routines, so at least you continuously have the same color. Because if you go from black Sharpie and then all of a sudden, oh here, actually now use this one. It's like, why am I using this one? It makes no sense. So just buy another normal Sharpie. This looks like a Sharpie, actually, and it is a Sharpie as far as I know, but the ink, it's where the trick is. It's like some special chemical that reacts with the pad. I don't know the ins and outs, obviously, because it's a secret, but that's pretty much where it is. So then my advice as well is do make sure that you don't lose this, because I think to replace this is $35. So my advice is, let's say if you get somebody to sign it, something, is hold on to the cap. So you give them the pen, don't do this, just hold on to the cap, give them the pen, they go and sign it, and then they won't put in their pocket, they'll have to give it back to you. So you get it back and make sure that you keep this, because again, it's 35 bucks to replace this. So that's the instructions. They're shot okay. It's not the best from the Illusionists, but it's fine. You know, the sound is okay, the video, it's okay. Again, most of the stuff is the handling of it. It's how you would handle onto a bill, how you'd handle in the car. They show you kind of different ways of how to take the, take this. So this is just glued here. So you just rip this apart and then you can glue that to a card, or you can glue this directly with the back of it onto a card. They show you how they positioning, the position of how they, all the handlings. But that's pretty much it. How to clean this as well. It's all about taking care of the gimmick. There's no tricks, there's no routines, there's nothing with it. So it's literally just handlings and cleaning of this. And in terms of practicality, I think it's not very practical. I think you're talking about doing one trick and that's it. Now it's one trick that has a massive impact, but it's one trick, right? Because again, you're talking about massive time to reset this, because you're talking 30 seconds again of, like, if you do this once, then you have to get rid of this path and have to go and get another path. So you're talking about preparation for this. So you won't be able to, there's no instant reset on this. So yeah, for practicality, I think it's not that practical, as in like you won't be able to do loads of tricks one after the other one. And bang for buck, again, it's $147. You get the 20 pads. I think in terms of pricing, I don't think it's that great, mainly because it doesn't come. It would be nice if it came with a couple routines that you could kind of go, all right, yeah, that's cool. I like the way that it's done like this, so I'll do my own handling, or I'll come up with my ideas. But this is literally just gonna go, here's the gimmick, and off you go, which I don't think is great. To be honest, I think for what you get is a bit too expensive. To be honest, I think if it was $147 and it had a bunch of routines and a bunch of ideas, I think it would be great. But because it's literally just a gimmick and there you go, and then you get the wallet, I think, my opinion, is not useful, because I don't think anybody wears this type of wallet. I don't think you get very good value for what you get. So I think this is expensive for what you get. So as an overall, I think this is a big impact, but again, the practicality of it is very little. So I think I'll give it about if I'll give it from 1 to 10, I'll give it about a 4. Because again, you talk about using this for one trick once, and that's it. And then you're talking about like if you want to get then replacements and all type of stuff. You're talking like it's expensive enough, $35 and all type of stuff. You're talking about pretty much 20 tricks. Or 20 tricks with the 20 pads. That's really it. You know what I mean? Now again, it's one trick that has a massive impact, but that's it. I think it's good, but I don't think it's great. I think mainly because of the pricing. I think the pricing is. I think if you had a couple of routines, I think I'll be more inclined for, like, I would give it. If this came with routines, I'll probably give it about a 6. Because you get a bit more value for your money, but because again you can only use this once. I think from 1 to 10 I'll probably give it about a 4. It's good, but it's a one-trick pony, as people say. So anyway, so this is the gist of it. I hope you like it, and if you don't, you know, leave a comment. Yeah, and I'll see what, probably next time we'll review winner's dice or something like that. I have a couple of more things to review, so yeah, let me know if you like it or not. Thumbs up, like, share, the usual thing. Thanks.